Hello everyone and welcome back. This is another exercise video. As you know, in this tutorial we've had multiple exercise videos, but all of them were custom parts. We designed a curtain holdback, planter pot, bathroom organizers. These are all custom parts for everyday use, and we 3D printed them, and we created videos to show you the results. But of course, that's not the only reason why we use a CAD software. Sometimes we design parts for industrial purposes, maybe for a manufacturing plant. So I think it is important to do some exercises on those type of parts as well. So I basically did some research and looked for a part that would be a good exercise. Of course, I'm intentionally looking for a single component parts, not assemblies, because we haven't covered assemblies yet. And I found this pipe connector that looks like this. I created this image. I designed it and created it in the Inventor, and we will cover this as well. We will talk about how to make this make it look like this. And I created a drawing here. I know we haven't covered the drawings yet, we will soon, but I thought maybe it would help us to kind of use it as a reference to look at the dimensions. So we're just going to basically switch between these two tabs and look at the dimensions and design the same part. So let's just go to the part mode for this new part, and let's create a 2D sketch. Now we're in the sketch mode, so let's see what we should start with. Again, there are so many different ways to design this, right? You can start from this top section, you can start with this side section, or you can start with the pipe in the middle. Let's start with that. So now looking at it, there's this 90-degree pipe in the middle, and you have this flat section to this top side and flat section to the side. And when you look at it, this side view, look at the side view here in this view, you can see that there's a 260 radius arc in the middle, and you have this flat section on the top, flat section on the side. And that flat section is about 150 millimeters. And 50 millimeters of that is the thickness of this bracket, this end mounting side. So let's just design that. So let's first start with the line command starting from the origin point, and let's just draw a straight line. And now I can use the, again, line command. I can just click on arc. Of course, I can draw an arc, but as you know, we have a shortcut, which we covered before. I can hold down the mouse button, and then I can create a arc like this. When I see this dotted line, I know that I'm creating quarter of a circle. Now I can create another line here from this end to this end and click OK. Now I have one straight line here, one straight line here, and the arc in the middle. Let's dimension this. Looking at it right now, the radius of this middle section, this arc is 260 millimeters. So let's just click on right click and general dimension and assign 260 millimeters. Now you're not going to see it because it's basically you have to zoom out to see the whole part. Let's just zoom out. Now we can see it. Now, what is the length of this dimension? So I'm looking at it, it's 150 millimeters, but 50 of it is used for this mounting side. So 150 minus 50, I have 100 millimeters of a straight line here. So let's just assign 100 millimeters for this. This is 100, and again come here, and this is 100 as well. And I could have just clicked on both of these and assigned equal constraint to it. That way I wouldn't have to assign a dimension for the second one. It would automatically recognize that this is 100 millimeters because it is equal to the other straight line. I have multiple ways to handle this sketch basically. Now I have this path that I can use. You will remember from the sweep feature video from this tutorial, we need two sketches to create the sweep feature. The first one is the profile, and the second one is the path. Now we have our path. Now we need to create our profile, which is going to be the circle, but it's going to be normal to this straight line. So we have to basically determine what origin plane we want to use. Obviously, it's not the XY plane because it's looking at the side. We need something right on top of it. Now, if you look at the XZ plane, that is the plane we need, right? We need to draw a circle right on top of that. So let's just click on this shortcut here, which is Create Sketch. It is the same thing with Start 2D Sketch, basically. Click on that. Now we're looking at it from the top. Now let's just create a center point circle here. What is the dimension of that? Go back to our drawing. And the dimension of that center circle is right here, 290 millimeters. Let's just assign 290 millimeters and hit enter, finish sketch. Now we can sweep this. Sweep. Now profile is automatically selected. For the curve, I can select this, done. Now 290 millimeter diameter circle, and this is basically swept along this path. Now we have those components. Now let's just make it hollow. Again, there are so many different ways to do this, but let's use the shell feature. I see that this internal hollow section is 210 millimeters, the inner diameter, which means that it's 80 millimeters smaller than the wider diameter, right? Outer diameter. That means the wall thickness is going to be 40 millimeters, 40 here and 40 here. So let's just shell this and assign 40 millimeters. Click OK. I just double click on this, but I want to also remove this face as well, obviously. I remove this face, 40 millimeter wall thickness, done. So now I have my internal, the arc here, with the sanitary pipe here, and the straight section, and the other straight section, that is all completed. Now let's start working on the mounting ends. Let's create a new sketch and select this edge now. And now let's use the center point rectangle, 2-point center rectangle, and select the origin point. I can of course right click and highlight this the end of the pipe, and that way it is going to be projected if I want to use that as a reference. Let's see what the dimensions are for that. So it is 360 millimeters by 360 millimeters. Let's do that. Oops. Yeah, 360 millimeters by 360 millimeters. 360 there, and let's use this parameter here and hit enter, done. Now, notice that this was 50 millimeter thickness, so we have to extrude it by 50 millimeters here, here, and for the extrusion, enter 50 and click OK. Now we can do the same thing on this end as well. Again, select 2-point center. Let's project the geometry first. Let's select 2-point center rectangle, draw a rectangle here. It was 360, 360. Finish sketch, right click, extrude. Again, select these profiles, extrude it by 50 millimeters and click OK. Now we have both sides generated. So let's look at the what else do we have missing right now? Now, obviously we have the holes missing, so let's add the holes. Looking at the hole right now, you see that this section here is showing us the dimensions that we have to assign for the hole. The counterbore is going to be 10 millimeters. The counterbore diameter is going to be 60, and the internal diameter is going to be 30. Let's just assign that. If I enter a hole here, this section, this section, this section, this section. It is using the last use because I designed this already, so I'm just gonna go to no preset. That way we can do it from scratch, and so I can do it with you. And also, let's just select more positions. Yeah, we selected 4 positions, and let's go to the clearance hole. We want counterbore, and now we want to assign those dimensions. Let's look at it again. It was 60 millimeters for the outer diameter. It was 30 millimeters for the internal diameter, and it was 10 millimeters for the counterbore height. Let's just click OK. Okay, yeah, it's done. But now, of course, they're not dimensioned correctly. So we can always go into sketch mode and assign the dimensions, or we can do it in the feature. I know that we used these adjustments in the feature mode in the previous menu, so I'm just going to go into sketch mode and do it that way. So we have both examples. Right click, project the geometry, and then let's just dimension this. What is the distance from the side? Looking at it, it is right here. It is 50 millimeters from this edge and 50 millimeters from this edge. And it is consistent with all the other holes. So let's just dimension this. From here to here is 50 millimeters. From here to here, it's 50 millimeters. From here to here, it's 50 millimeters. From here to here, it's 50 millimeters. From here to here, 50. Here to here, 50. From here to here, 50. From here to here, 50. And then it should update instantly. Now we have all of our holes. Again, now the problem I see here is the hole kind of did through all. I can see that the hole is kind of cutting through this internal pipe. So let's go back in the hole. It is right now through all is selected. I'm going to select 2, and I'm going to select the back of the face. That way it is only applying the hole on this feature here. It is not exceeding that. It is not cutting the material on its path. I mean, I'm sure you're already thinking what I'm thinking. We could have used the rectangular pattern for this instead of, dimensioning every hole. But again, I'm intentionally doing things using different methods to show you that there are so many different ways to do it. So if you end up designing the same part using different options, that's perfectly fine, and you're on the right path. So let's create the holes on this side now. Let's just add another hole right here, right here, right here, right here. Let's use the feature menu this time. I can activate this hole, select this edge, enter 50, select this edge, enter 50, select this hole, select this edge, enter 50, select this edge, enter 50, activate this hole, select this edge, enter 50, this edge, enter 50, activate the last hole, 50 here, and 50 here. See, I use this method this time. And of course, just we have to, again, assign the here surface here, which is this surface. Now it already remembers the values that I entered, so I'm going to click OK, and we accomplish the same design, and that hole 2 is added to the browser tree. So again, I could have added one hole, and I could have used the rectangular feature because this is all consistent holes, right? And I just wanted to show you that I modified the sketch in the sketch mode and also in the feature mode for the hole. And maybe in the next example, we can use the rectangular feature, and that's going to save us even more time. But you have multiple ways to do the same thing. Now let's see. Now we have added we made the sanitary pipe, this pipe section. We have both ends, both squares, and we added our all holes. Now, obviously, the last step before we finish the design is adding the fillets and chamfers. So let's see how many chamfers we have. We have a chamfer here. We have a chamfer here. Let's see if that's specified in the drawing. Yeah, so here there's a 10 millimeter chamfer, 45 degree, and we have the same chamfer on the other side as well. This is the top side, this is the side, right side. So let's just add that. Come to chamfer. This is just 45 degree right now. I'm using the default option and enter 10 millimeters and click here and click here. Now that 45 degree chamfer is applied. Now chamfer 1 is added to the browser tree. Now let's look at the fillets. What kind of fillets are we adding here? So I see that one fillet here is a 10 millimeter radius fillet here on the bracket side. And I see that the outer corners of the mounting ends is about 10 millimeter radius and all four of them. So X4 means that all four sides, 20 millimeter radius. So let's add a 20 millimeter radius first. Let's enter 20 and select this edge here. And sometimes like you may not want to just rotate it like this. And in that case, you might want to just zoom in and you can highlight that edge. You can highlight that corner this way as well. Just be careful, with what you're clicking. Of course, you don't want to click on something wrong. But if you do click on something wrong, you can hold down the control button on your keyboard and unselect it. So let's just select this edge, this edge, this edge. See, I accidentally clicked on this. I'm going to hold down the hold down the control button on my keyboard and unselect that. Now come here and select the correct corner. Select this edge and come here and select that edge. And now I can, of course, in the previous example, for example, I added the fillet here and then I clicked OK and I clicked on fillet again, added another fillet. But as you know from the fillet and chamfer video in the tutorial, I can hit the plus sign and now I can add a different fillet. For example, I know that in the second fillet, I'm going to add a 10 millimeter fillet on the bottom side of this corner, which makes sense because I want to add more material here, right? Because that's a stress point. So now let's click OK. Now both fillets, both 20 millimeter fillets on all corners and a 10 millimeter on this end side of the pipe, they're all covered in one fillet, which is added to the browser tree. So now let's look at the drawing and see if we have missed anything. We covered this section. We covered the 260 millimeter section. We covered the internal wall. So that we can just let's just measure it. See if we got it correctly. Measure the internal wall here, which is 200 millimeter diameter, and we have the outer section here, which is 290 millimeter diameter, which is accurate here. And that means the wall thickness is all correct. And I have my hole sizes. The outer size should be 60, the internal side should be 30, and this distance from this face to this face should be 10 millimeter. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so I have this part generated now. As you can see, this is a very good example because we used sweep, shell, multiple extrusions, hole, chamfer, and fillet. And now, of course, as I showed you in the beginning of the video, this looks pretty realistic compared to what you see on the screen right now. We can come here and this material selection, we can select stainless steel, and that's going to make it more realistic. Yeah. We can even come to View tab and select the visual style and change it to realistic. Now it is even more realistic. So again, this is just a pipe connector. Most likely this is a purchase part, so you're not going to have to fabricate it. But to be able to use it in your design, if the supplier is not providing this drawing for you, you might have to design it yourself. And it's a very easy part to design, but it's a very good exercise because it allowed us to cover multiple features in one exercise video. All right, in the next video, we're going to design more parts and have more exercises. See you in the next videos. Thank you.